Is Snoop and Virg like the new Virgin Canate?
Nah, listen, I'm very proud to be part and working with these guys. You know, it's when obviously the first time I met them, it's a bit surreal.
Even for you?
Of course, yeah. I'm just a normal guy from Holland.
My guest today is a gent whose aura has aura. Even Lionel Messi said how hard it is to play against him. Now in his 8th season at Liverpool, his 2nd as captain, a transformational era at the club under new manager Arne Slot. It's the man who Snoop Dogg calls nephew. And Troy Deeney swears, and he knows, is the best smelling man in the whole of world football. It's a joy to welcome back Mr. Virgil van Dijk.
Hello, Rog.
Oh, it's a joy. By the way, Deeney's right. You smell amazing. What is the Van Dijk aftershave?
It's a secret.
It is a secret?
It is, yeah.
No one's watching this.
Nah, I know.
I'm just going to smell it for 15 minutes. Virgil, you've just returned to training after a marathon of a season. I think over 60 games. You played for Liverpool in the Netherlands last season. And I know you're age 33. You take care of the details. Got a personal physio. Got a personal chef to take care of the physical restoration. What do you do for the mental side of your game?
I also got someone to speak with as well. I think that's very important, and I definitely use that.
And what have you learned, Virg?
Oh, I think it's on almost a daily basis, just to check up and see how things go, and obviously before games, after games, and I think it's the world we live in. I don't think that's anything strange what happens nowadays. I think what you said as well, it's a physical aspect that, you know, takes a lot from you, but it's also the mental side that takes a lot from you as well, and you have to deal with, and it's never easy.
I mentioned Snoop Dogg up top, and for those of you who don't know, Virg just dropped an Oscar-winning performance for Snoop's gin and juice brand.
Hello? What up, nephew?
Snoop?
We've arrived.
And I looked at it, I was like, how did that happen? How did that come to be? Is Snoop and Virg like the new Virgin Canate?
Nah, to be fair, we are in the same family at the moment. So Dre and Snoop launched together with Jimmy Iovine. We launched a gin and juice, and I'm part of the family, and I'm very blessed to be part of that family as well. So we had a great night with the launch in the UK, and obviously to announce it also on social media, we made a little video out of it.
A little video, it's a masterpiece. It's like a Scorsese video if you've not seen it. I did love like the D-O-G-G and the VVD, the something VVD.
Nah, listen, I'm very proud to be part and working with these guys. You know, it's when obviously the first time I met them, it's a bit surreal.
Even for you?
Of course, yeah. I'm just a normal guy from Holland and meeting up with these guys, and obviously, but they've been amazing, you know, Dre, Snoop, but I said Jimmy has been, you know, an amazing, in the brains exactly. But really love working with these guys, and on to many more in the future.
I cannot wait for that first mixtape to drop, Virg. But let's talk about Liverpool in this moment. You're entering the 8th season at the club, a new era. I know you hadn't spoken to Arne when he was announced, but take us into your first meeting. Can you tell us what you talked about and your first impressions of it?
Well, so far so good. This is my 2nd week now being back. But obviously the meetings I've had with him was obviously over the phone, and we spoke about everything, you know, from just the life in Liverpool to tactics and et cetera, et cetera. So far this week we have been working hard, a lot of meetings. Obviously there's only a short period of time that we can work on certain things and try to ramp it all up and get it going, and I think it's looking good. Obviously Premier League is different than pre-season, but we look like we are ready for what's coming.
If you were to describe how his training methods, his preparations, his focus for the upcoming season is different than what you've experienced, how would you articulate it? When you tell your wife at night, you're like, that was a bit different.
Listen, every manager has their different ways of coaching, training, philosophies, and obviously that was always going to happen. But like I said, I think so far so good. So on to many more, hopefully wins and successes, and you know, it all starts obviously in the training, and so far so good.
You can talk freely here, it's just the two of us, Virg. Can you talk to Liverpool fans and tell them how you expect this Liverpool to be different in the early part of the season? I know you've been more patient in possession, but what is the difference in the footballing style that you expect?
Well, obviously there's small tweaks in the way we build up, in the way we want to press. So, you know, and we all have to be flexible and adapt on the opponent as well at times. So, you know, it's a learning period. We still, you know, growing, but everyone is confident. Everyone's looking forward to it. Everyone is enjoying it, in my opinion, and what I see and what I taste and smell around. And obviously, like I said to you before, pre-season is done now, and now the real deal starts, and we have to be ready for anything that's coming, and that starts on the weekend.
What you taste and smell, I don't know how you can smell anything other than your aftershave, Virg, but this is an era of transformation for the club, and you play an important role. You are the captain, and every manager wants something different from their captain. Can you talk about the role that you try and play in this era of change in a locker room that has a lot of very young faces?
Well, yeah, listen, the responsibility is always very high, and especially at a club like Liverpool. But obviously when there's so much changes going on, you know, you have that extra, you know, the role that you, and the responsibility even more, that you want to help, especially the manager, the staff, and seeing how things, you know, go. And you have to be in contact with also the backroom staff in order to get things, you know, in the right way. And what I said, this week was, you know, an intense week in so many ways, but it was a good week. And like I said, obviously we will grow into the season, and let's see how this weekend go. Why
more here? I mean, there is something, the aura here, the history, the legacy of the armband. Is that what you're saying when you say, like, especially at Liverpool?
Well, Liverpool is one of, if not the biggest club in the world. So if you are the captain of one of the biggest clubs in the world, you know, it's that responsibility is not only for the people in Liverpool, but it goes all in the world. Even to America.
I thought you were going to say even to an Everton fan after taking a deep breath. You know what's remarkable to me is, from a human perspective, you've said that every time you step out onto the field, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the situation, even when you made your Liverpool debut, which was against Everton in the FA Cup, and yes, you did score the winner too soon, you said, quote, you surprised yourself with your calm. Virgil, how do you develop that mentality? What allows you to take charge of situations in that way? I'm asking for a friend.
I think, obviously, to try and put a lot of things in perspective. Obviously, I know that I am very blessed, and I'm doing what, you know, I love to do, and what I when I was younger, what I dreamed of doing. And why not just go out there and enjoy it and show your qualities and show your willing to win the game and be free, and also knowing the fact that if you cramp up or if you are, you know, tensed, then, you know, it's not going to work out either. So, you know, you learn it over time, but still, you know, I think it only works if you are in, how do you say it, calm in the head and you got fire in the belly or something like that.
I wouldn't know, Virgil. I wouldn't know about either of those things. I think the phrase is calm, as you like. Yeah. When was the last time that you were nervous? Not in football, but in life. Have you ever been bloody nervous, Virgil?
Yeah, definitely.
Last time you were nervous?
I don't know. Listen, I'm nervous plenty of times when my kids are trying to do something, and when I live my normal life as a father and a husband, I think there are plenty of moments when I'm nervous. But in football, I wouldn't say, I said it many times, I don't think it's nerves. It's just the excitement that you need. It's not like you're going into a game thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a normal afternoon. It should be excitement of going out there, and if you play a home game playing for 60,000 fans that cheering you on, want you to win, or when you play away and you have 50,000 people saying all sorts of things against you, but it should fuel you in excitement that you should get in order to perform as good as you can.
Some of your footballing idols, when you were growing up in Breda, city in the Netherlands, 60 miles south of Amsterdam, were Ronaldinho, part footballer, honestly part sorcerer, Alessandro Nesta, who you admired for their elegance. Virg, when young footballers or the Liverpool faithful in their futures say, I saw Virgil van Dijk play, talk about you on the field, what do you want them to say about you?
That I was a very good player. And I made a difference in an era where obviously a lot of changes went through for central defenders. A very good player, a respected player, that will be a good start.
And that you smelt. Amazing. I know you admire Tom Brady. You also admire LeBron. LeBron's still playing. He's 39 going on 40. Tom Brady was in the Pro Bowl when he was 44. Their methodologies strive for greatness, long-term greatness. When you look at them and you think about yourself, I mean, you're in bloody good shape, Virg. What do you take from their pathway to your future?
That it takes a lot more than just being a good player on the pitch and during match days, you know. All the hard work that goes behind the scenes, sacrifices that you and your family especially make, you know, in order to be performing on the highest level. And if you want to keep doing that, you know, it takes a lot more. These two guys that you just mentioned, but you can say a lot more other players as well. But, you know, they have been incredible in their sport, of course, but what they do on and off the pitch and how they present themselves in their sports is incredible and only admirable.
Last question for you, Virg. First time you came on our show, huge mistake, but we talked about when you were a teenager in the Eredivisie club, Willem II's academy. You worked part-time as a dishwasher in a local restaurant. I think you earned €4 an hour. You had to ride your bike to clock in. If you could go back and talk to teenage Virgil, still trying to earn his first real pro contract, a world away from the big-time life, the big-time football that you live now, what would you tell him about what you've learned from the remarkable journey ahead? What would he need to hear?
Well, first and foremost, keep doing what you're doing. I think I have been making the right steps, and the right step is not only the choices that I've made as a football player, but also in terms of the steps I've made me also realizing who I am and how I can be the best version of myself. And it's not only, I made the step from Willem II to FC Groningen and then from Groningen to Celtic, but each step also made me then realize that there is still a lot of things to work on. And so the thing I would just say, if I was looking at the guy that's still doing the dishwashing, keep going. Don't be impatient, just keep going and you'll be fine.
And would he have believed you?
No, probably not. But listen, everyone has their own story, and the beauty of each story. I've been to where I am today in a different way than so many other players, and that's why I really appreciate what I got. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, Virg. To you, to your journey, to your club.
To my family.
To your family, yeah.
100%.
And to your journey. Thank you, mate. Courage.
Thank you.